Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we build business, create community, find freedom, and share success. It's another wonderful Wednesday, which means it is time for another ToolTime gear review. And of course, as always, I've got at least something rather interesting for you. This week, I've got a product that I first saw just as a passing image on Instagram. I ended up sharing it to my social media platforms because I thought it was kind of cool, and I ended up buying one. It is the Stanley folding chisel. So hang on and I'll be back and tell you a little more about it. Alright guys, real quick, like always, if you're looking to pick up any of the products that I feature in my videos, there'll be an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Feel free to click on that if you're looking to buy it. I get a little portion of that as support to the channel, so thank you, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Or you can go to toolmantim.shop and do your Amazon shopping from there, just like normal. It costs you absolutely nothing, and I will get a small percentage of support for my channel, so thank you. And you can always go by toolmantim.co, that's toolmantim.co, to find out all there is to know about me. Follow me on the different social platforms, and if you have any questions, absolutely feel free to message me on the forum there or in the comments below, and I'll gladly answer them for you to the best of my ability. So, like I said, lately I have been on a kick to upgrade my handyman toolbox. Last year, I don't know, in the fall sometime, I did a video on breaking down everything I have in my handyman toolbox. At this rate, I'm going to have to do a new one this year, because if you guys follow me and you watch my videos, you know one of my mantras is using what you have on hand. And I developed a pretty robust toolbox for a handyman, basically out of all the tools I had around here. And I hadn't spent a lot on tools before I started my business. So I've ended up having to upgrade quite a bit. But one thing I never ever had, because I was not comfortable, not confident using them, was a chisel. And then every so often I'd get a call and somebody would be like, can you adjust this door latch or that door latch? And of course I'd need to chisel something out. So I'd use my handy dandy, must be a foot long slot heavy duty screwdriver, and it made a mess. It would butcher things. So eventually I finally went to my local home hardware and I bought, they have Benchmark, which is their lifetime warranty, and then they have their generic, made overseas type thing. And this one's the Home Handyman brand. And I bought this little 19 millimeter 3/4 of an inch chisel, and it's not bad, and I started using it and I got pretty comfortable with it. But the absolute biggest downfall is that it came with just this little tiny plastic protection cap, which you might notice is not there because I lost it 3 days after I bought it. It sits in the bottom of your toolbox getting beat up because you only use this, I don't know, once a week or something. Like, I don't use it very often. So it sits in there getting dolled up against the hammer and the jigs, or the hacksaw and all that. So I wanted something that was idiot proof, Tim proof, And one night I was on Instagram and here it was, the folding Stanley chisel. And I thought, that is absolutely friggin' incredible. So I posted it on some social media platforms, and I went online and I found it. I think I bought this one from Canadian Tire because it was the only place they had it available at the time, but it is on Amazon now. So like I said, the link will be there. So let me tell you a little bit about it. It's got 4.6 star review out of 5 on Amazon with over 600 reviews. So it's fairly well liked. It's made by Stanley, which is also part of the Black & Decker and DeWalt family by extension. It's black and yellow, which means it fits in with all my DeWalt tools, but yeah, anyway. So what do I like about this? This guy is built like a tank. I am very impressed. I thought for sure that something that was folding would not hold up to being hit with a hammer. So I'll take it in here. There is the heavy duty strike face right there. I've hit that a ton with the hammer and done nothing to it. Another thing that I was kind of worried about was when you're hitting it, is it going to come apart? But it's really weird. It just wants to stay together. There's kind of a gear system in there. And again, there's no magnets, there's no clip, but it stays together really well. You can see in there, it does fit together. One drawback that I'm maybe kind of concerned about is it may get loose over time, but the handle's plastic, it's folding, but I have absolutely no concerns over that. You can feel that. I know you can't through the video, but take my word for it. This absolutely is as durable plastic as I've found. These gears on the teeth where they open and close, that was also a concern, and they're built. And then that's the thickness of the blade where it's in the folding part. So it's made, there's the thickness of the blade. Now, one thing I was hoping to do was to cut down on the weight in my toolbox, but this was about 1/3 of a pound and this is about 1/2 of a pound. So I didn't really cut down on the weight, but the size difference is definitely doable. See, it's about 1/3 longer again, the old guy. So this takes up less real estate in my toolbox, but just as importantly as anything, it protects the edge. Now, I will say that maybe this edge isn't quite as durable as my other one. I'm not sure, and I don't know if I can get that to focus, or if you can see it. There it is right there. Yep. So it did chew up a little bit, but I think I might have hit a couple finish nails. I was doing quite a bit of old work on an old door just to get it working again. So there's that. But it's durable, and I like it so far. So one other thing about the striking edge that I really like is it's nice and square, and it doesn't tend to glance off. It's a really wide striking edge for something that folds together like that. So that's a bonus too. It's made it really good. And one other thing that I hadn't thought about at first, and then I started using it, and I know that Ford's out there waiting for me to do a review of my tool belt, which I haven't done yet because I haven't gotten around to really wearing it. But when I do start wearing a tool belt again, this is great. You fold that up, you put it in your tool belt just like a jackknife, and there's no worry about reaching down in to grab it and getting bit by the blade. So I like that quite a bit. So what are the downsides to it? Well, like I said, there's no actual latch that holds it together. So I think over time this is going to get a little bit more worn. It may still stay together fine, but I'm just wondering if it's going to get a little flopsy over time. So that may be an issue. There's no way to adjust it. It just is what it is. And the other thing, and again, it's folding. I shouldn't be such a whiny little thing about it, but the way that the grooves are, see how where the handle goes over the blades to protect it? It's a little uncomfortable when you're holding it, so it's not the end of the world. I mean, this would not be something you would use if you were a cabinet maker, but for a handyman who is constantly needing to shim out a little bit more room around the strike plate or around the hinges, this is great. I wouldn't want to hold on to that all day long, but for as often as I use a chisel, this is the cat's ass. So like I said, who is this for and who is this ain't for? That ain't the right word. Anyway, so who is this for? Any handyman. If you need just a single go-to chisel for chiseling out whatever shit you need around your house or the odd job you do for somebody, this is the guy. I used a 3/4 for a while. This 1 inch is perfect. It tends to do what this used to have to do 3 or 4 times. I can do in a couple of times. For hinges and strike plates, a lot of times a single blow will work. So I like that. It's really beefy. I think the blade's going to hold up. I got to teach myself how to sharpen a chisel now because I've definitely put a little nick in that. But this is honestly, if you're not looking to buy a set of chisels, you want just a single chisel that you can throw in a toolbox and not worry about for 3 months, this is the guy to get. Now, if you're a cabinet maker, don't even go near this. Although you might, I don't know. But if you need a whole bunch of special chisels and a whole kit, this isn't the way to go. But if you're looking for just a single chisel you can throw in a handyman toolbox or in a junk drawer at the house or on your shelf in your workshop and not have to worry about it getting dolled up and getting beat up with all your other tools, then this is the guy to go with. I give it a 4 out of 5 for sure, maybe a 4.5. It definitely meets the Toolman Tim seal of approval. It's definitely not going to go into one of my 5 items I wasted money on so you don't have to videos, because this has become my go-to chisel. So guys, that's it for me for now. If you appreciate this content and like it, take a minute and share it on whatever social platform you frequent. That would be the best way you can support me. And as always, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.